Hi everyone, I am Ronald Ragudo, a BSED 4 Social Studies student, and today I will be going to discuss justifications for the part 2 for the subject, for the reviewer for the subject Socio-Cultural Anthropologies. So I am tasked to discuss or justify the items for our exam, items 16 to 32. So, question number 16. It is the prohibition of sexual intercourse or marriage between mother and son, father and daughter, and brother and sister. Is it A. Economic marriage? Letter B. Marriage taboo? Letter C. Incest taboo? And letter D. Unilineal taboo. So the correct answer is incest taboo, that is letter C. When we say incest taboo, incest taboo is any cultural rule or norm that prohibits sexual relations between certain members of the same family, mainly between individuals related by blood. Sexual relations between an uncle and niece, or between an aunt and nephew are also generally taboo, and relations between first cousins are prohibited as well in some societies. So number 17, it refers to a culture bearing upright walking species that lived on the land, on the ground, and very likely first evolved in Africa about 315,000 years ago. Is it A. Homo sapiens? Letter B. Homo habilis? Letter C. Homo erectus? And letter D. Hominid. So the correct answer is letter A. Homo sapiens. When we say Homo sapiens, they are individuals who carry and transmit cultural values, traits, and practices between communities, and they evolve their as in the question, it is a culture-bearing and upright walking species, so it is usually Homo sapiens. The correct answer is Homo sapiens. Number 18. In a phylogenetic genetic model that emphasizes an African Miocene species, Samburupithecus is an ancestral to the following except A. Australopithecus, letter B. Paranthropus, letter C. Ururin, and letter D. Greykopithecus. So the correct answer is letter D. Greykopithecus. When we say Greykopithecus in phylogenetic model that emphasizes African Miocene species, when we say Samburupithecus is ancestral to Australopithecus, Paranthropus, Ururin, whereas the Greykopithecus is close to the great ape as an ancestry of Pan or the chimpanzees and baboons and gorilla as well. So since we are part of the Samburupithecus in this model, so where the correct answer is Greykopithecus because it is ancestral to the chimpanzees and baboon or gorillas. Number 19. The theory which stresses the preeminence, preeminence of society and its structure over the individuals and how the various elements of the social structure function to maintain social order and equilibrium. A. Structural functionalism theory. Letter B. Conflict theory. Letter C. Marxist theory, and letter D. Capitalism theory. So the correct answer is structural functionalism theory. When we say structural functionalism theory, it assumes that the various aspects of social behavior maintain a society's social structure, its total network of social relationship, rather than satisfying individuals' need. It works in the following assumptions: stability, harmony, equilibrium, and evolution. Every sector of the society works together in order to provide an equilibrium and harmonized society for them to function, and that is how the structural functionalism theory views the society. Number 20. It, seek, it seeks to understand the relationship between culture and social environments. Is it A, cultural relativism? Letter B, cultural materialism? Letter C, cultural ecology? And letter D, cultural structuralism? Correct answer is cultural ecology. When I say cultural ecology perspectives emphasizes how human use of nature influences and its influence by social organization and cultural values. Defined, broadly defined, when I say cultural ecology, it refers to the dynamic interrelationship between man and material and cultural components of his environment. In short, say cultural ecology understand the relationship between culture and social environment. So the correct answer is cultural ecology. Number 21. Countless popular songs tell us that for every person there is one true love. This is an example of what culture? A. Real culture. Letter B. Ideal culture. Letter C. Subculture. And letter D. Patterned evasion. The correct answer is ideal culture. That's letter B. When I say the ideal culture refers to the values, norms, and beliefs that a society desires to achieve. It consists of those ideals that people would like to obtain as a society. That is usually the culture in which everyone desires to achieve, no matter how impossible or possible it is. So the correct answer is ideal culture. Number 22. The study of population, size, distribution, and change is A. Ecology, B. Demography, letter C. Human ecology, and letter D. Geography. The correct answer is letter B. Demography. When we say demography is the scientific study of human populations. It is important to understand the structure of population in order to plan health and public health interventions. Population structures can be represented as by age pyramids. Population growth or decline depends upon fertility, mortality, or migration. That includes the study of demography. So the correct answer of the study of population size, distribution, and change is demography, letter B. Number 23. A form of polyandrous marriage which involves two or more brothers taking a single woman as their wife. A. Levirate marriage. Letter B. Polygyny. Letter C. Sororate polyandry. And letter D. Fraternal polyandry. The correct answer is fraternal polyandry, letter D. When we say fraternal polyandry, it involves two or more brothers taking a single woman as their wife. So polyandrous marriage is a very rare and it occurs mainly in South Asian societies such as Tibet, in Nepal, Burma, India, and so on. So there are demographic, economic, and ecological and other reasons of plural marriages, such as in Muslims, they usually has polygamy type of marriage because in their religion it is allowed to marry two or more if a man or a woman can sustain the economic status of everybody, but if none, maybe not. So yeah, for instance, in Ethiopia, plural marriages, particularly a man marrying more than one woman, is common in most southern and southwestern parts of Muslim societies. Correct. Number 24. Which of the following is a form of marriage whereby a man is entitled to inherit the wife of his deceased brother or close relative? A. Arranged marriage. Letter B. Polygyny marriage. Letter C. Sororate marriage. And letter D. Levirate marriage. The correct answer is letter D. Levirate marriage. When I say levirate marriage, is a practice that may also be called wife inheritance, in which yeah, whereby a man is inherited inherit the wife, will be going to inherit the wife of his deceased brother or close relative. This form of marriage is common in some parts of Ethiopia and elsewhere in traditional societies, despite it may be declining these days. For instance, in Bibles there are stories that which depict the levirate type of marriage in which a man his brother when his brother died, um, he will be going to inherit the wife of his brother. Number 25. They describe and analyze the sounds, patterns, combinations of sounds, meanings, and structure of sentences in human languages. It's letter A, historians, letter B, linguists, letter C, epistemologists, and letter D, linguistics. The correct answer is letter B, linguists. When I say linguistics, it is a scientific study of language, so it is not. Historians, they are the ones who studies time and his history of uh, everything else. And when I say linguists, they describe and analyze the sound patterns, combinations of sounds, meaning, structures of sentence in human languages. They also attempt to determine how two or more languages are related in every society, in every culture, because languages also matters in some cultures and societies. Number 26. This theory explains why societies are at similar or different stages of development. A. Cultural relativism theory. Letter B. Structural functionalism theory. Letter C. Diffusionism theory. And letter D. Conflict theory. So the correct answer is diffusionism theory. When I say diffusionism theory, this theory maintained that societal change occurs when societies borrow cultural traits from one another. Cultural knowledge regarding technology, economy, religious views, etc., diffuses or spread from one society to another. This may explain the similarities in cultural features between societies. So, fusing of cultures usually comes from war, trades, and as mentioned earlier, by technology or the globalization itself is what the diffusionism theory explains. Number 27. So this is a situational question. After moving from the Philippines to Canada, Ellie felt strange when she saw a woman kissing with a man casually in streets. Based on on the situation, what type of psychological and social maladjustment did Ellie experience? Letter A, culture shock. Letter B, confusion. Letter C, culture complex. And letter D, cultural diffusion. The correct answer is culture shock. When I say culture shock, it is a psychological and social maladjustment at micro or macro level that is experienced for the first time when people encounter new cultural elements such as new things, new ideas, new concepts, seemingly strange beliefs and practices. So the correct answer is culture shock. Number 28. The following are weaknesses of traditional medicine except A. Cheap. Letter B. Lack of scientific standards. Letter C. Inability to effectively deal with bacterial and viral disease. And letter D. Lack of proper dosage. Correct answer is letter A. Cheap. So the following: lack of scientific standards, inability to effectively deal with bacterial and viral disease, and lack of proper dosages, those are the weaknesses. However, cheap is the strength of traditional medicine, why several individuals usually honor the traditional medicine rather than the scientific medicine. Number 29. The following are the strength of scientific medicine except. So strength of scientific medicine. Letter A, able to overcome many perennial health problems. Letter B, effective against bacterial, viral and other diseases. Letter C, scientific verifiability. And letter D, effective in treating disease of psychosocial origin. So the correct answer is of course, letter D. It is effective in treating diseases of psychosocial origin. When I say effective in treating disease of psychosocial origin, it is a strength of the traditional medicine, of course, because scientific medicine does not treat diseases from psychosocial origin. It includes, when I say psychosocial origin, it includes the soul, mind, spirit, life, one's own life, invisible animating principles of entity which occupies sorry, physical body. So scientific medicine usually do scientific research in order to prove in order to come up with some medicine, unlike not usually the about psychosocial origin. Number 30. This term refers to regularities that occurs in different times and place but not in all culture. A. Cultural identity. Letter B. Cultural generality. Letter C. Cultural diffusion. Letter D. Cultural relativism. The correct answer is cultural generality. When I say cultural generality may be explained by diffusion of cultures, same with how culture being diffused from one place to another. It could be through contacts, trades, wars, and etc., or by independent invention. This means two or more societies may invent or create similar cultural belief or practice independently, not by copying or imitation. For examples include nuclear family, the monogamy, strict control over women's virginity, and etc. Number 31. This ethnographic technique was developed by anthropologists to deal with and gather information on principles of kinship, descent, and marriage, which are the social building block of small-scale society. A. Life histories. Letter B. Emic and ethic method. Letter C. Problem-based ethnography. And letter D. Genealogical method. The correct answer is genealogical method. When I say genealogical method, genealogical method is important in what anthropologists call kin-based society. They are the one who trace your historical origin, in which your ancestors came from, and where everyone is related to every other person, and rules of behavior attached to particular kinship relationships are based to everyday life. Genealogical information may be found in form of art, paintings, cemeteries, rituals, and etc. Because cultures are being passed over time or by generation to generation, and if genealogists now will be going to trace that one, your kinship or your descent, or your ancestors will be traced back. The correct answer is genealogical method. Number 32, this is a situational question. As Jane worked abroad as an OFW, she is keen in analyzing the language, beliefs, and traditions of Arabs rather than judging and interpreting the perspective of Arabian culture from Filipino culture. What type of behavior did Jane shows? A. Ethnocentrism. Letter B. Cultural relativism. Letter C. Inculturation. And letter D. Cross-culturalism. So the correct answer is cultural relativism. When we say cultural relativism, is about examining our behavior as insiders, seeing it within the framework of their values, beliefs, and motives. Cultural relativism suspend judgment and views the behavior of people from the perspective of their own culture. It is the opposite of ethnocentrism, or judging other cultures without any uh, without without any suspending of judgment and views of behavior of other people, or putting empathy, or using the empathy, or putting yourself into the foot of the other's culture. So the answer is cultural relativism. So that ends for my part 2 socio-cultural test reviews, justifications, and the part 3 will be discussed by my uh, other classmates or my partner in the social cultural test. So that's all, and thank you.